All right, so get this. We're about to witness a fascinating showdown. Some of the most enduring advice on how to connect with people, going head to head with the most advanced technology on the planet. This is old school wisdom meets new school code.
I mean, it's the ultimate question, isn't it? How do you actually connect with people, build real relationships, and, maybe get them to see things your way?
Believe it or not, some of the most famous answers come from a book written all the way back in 1936. But here's the real kicker. Can that kind of human wisdom really survive a direct challenge from a cold, calculating algorithm?
So to really get this, we have to start at the beginning. We need to talk about Dale Carnegie. This guy wasn't just dishing out friendly advice. He was one of the first people to really try and decode the human operating system. Carnegie's work didn't just pop up out of nowhere. It landed right in the middle of this massive shift in thinking back in the 1930s. People were finally starting to realize, hey, workers aren't just cogs in a machine. They're people with feelings and needs. His book just perfectly captured that idea. And now, almost a century later, we're pitting those very same skills against artificial intelligence. Okay, so what are these timeless secrets? What's in this original playbook for people that has kept it a bestseller for nearly 90 years? Let's break it down. This quote right here, this is basically the entire philosophy in a nutshell. It's so simple, but so profound. He realized influence isn't about making yourself seem interesting. It's about being genuinely interested in other people. And that is a total game changer. You can really boil his whole method down to 3 core principles. They're surprisingly simple. Number 1, make people feel important. Number 2, genuinely, and I mean genuinely, take an interest in them. And number 3, which just naturally follows from the first 2, talk about them. Let's dig into that first one because it's a biggie. Carnegie argued that this deep, driving need to feel important is basically what makes us all tick. And you don't do it with fake compliments. No, it's about remembering personal details, truly listening to understand someone's needs, and communicating clearly about what actually matters to them. And this is where, let's be honest, most of us completely blow it. Our default setting is to lecture, to pitch our ideas, to talk about me, me, me. Carnegie's way is the complete opposite. Just be a great listener. Ask good questions, the kind of questions that people actually enjoy answering, and let them have the spotlight. Okay, so that's the human playbook. But can a machine learn it? Can you actually teach an algorithm charm and empathy? Well, a group of researchers decided to put it to the ultimate test. Now, before we get to the experiment, we need to be clear on what the scientists were looking for. They call it social influence, which is really just a broad term for that whole web of interactions that shapes what we think and what we do. It's so much bigger than just persuasion. So to test this, the researchers built this massive encyclopedia of influence, a list of 58 distinct techniques people use on each other. And the goal was pretty straightforward. Could the best AI in the world read a conversation and actually spot these techniques being used? And trust me, this was not simple stuff. These 58 techniques were grouped into 9 different high-level categories. We're talking about everything from obvious emotional appeals, like using fear or humor, all the way to these incredibly subtle moves, like changing the context of a conversation or appealing to what everyone else does. This was a seriously complex challenge. So the stage was set. The test was run. Dale Carnegie's very human domain was about to face the machine. So what happened? What did they find? The results? Well, they were pretty underwhelming for the AI. The very best model, Claude 3.5, only hit an accuracy score of 0.45. Now, the researchers called this moderate success, but let's be real. That means even the top AI was wrong more often than it was right. Ouch. So what went wrong? Well, when you look closer, a really clear pattern starts to emerge. The AIs were okay at spotting the obvious, in-your-face attempts at influence. But when it came to the subtle dance of human interaction, they were totally lost. And here it is, plain as day. The AI could spot obvious things like direct flattery or fear-mongering, no problem. But it completely whiffed on the subtle techniques that rely on context, things like how a statement is framed or how it connects to someone's unspoken goals. It just didn't get it. And that failure right there, that brings us to the core takeaway of this whole thing. The AI's blind spots actually reveal something incredibly important about our own abilities. It highlights the uniquely human advantage. Here's what it all boils down to. The AI can process the words, but it can't process the world behind the words. It misses the subtext. It has no shared history, no personal connection, no awareness of the situation. It's missing the very things we humans use to form a genuine connection. And when you look back at Carnegie's principles, you see exactly why. A sympathetic grasp of another's viewpoint, sincere appreciation, knowing just how to let someone save face. These aren't just techniques. They require deep empathy, the very thing the AI couldn't find in the code. Dale Carnegie often quoted the philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson, and this quote just perfectly captures the mindset you need for real influence. It's not about being the smartest person in the room, it's about having the humility and genuine curiosity to learn from every single person you meet. So at the end of the day, Carnegie's wisdom isn't some script that an AI can just learn. It's a philosophy. It's built on genuine interest and empathy. And in a world that is getting more and more automated, those might just be our greatest and most enduring strengths. So that leaves us with one big question to think about. As AI gets smarter and smarter every single day, what's the one skill that will always set us apart? What truly makes us human?